Well, this is all rather nice, isn't it? What a beautiful Sunday morning here in Auckland in New Zealand. There's an Air New Zealand plane just up there, just heading off to some beautiful Pacific island, I'm sure, with a bunch of holidaymakers that are going to sit by a pool, drink cocktails for a week, you know, and maybe just admire their luxury diver's watch, potentially. Because, of course, you know, we all know that luxury divers' watches aren't designed for going diving, are they? I mean, they're not these days. They're not designed for going diving. They're not designed for going anywhere, really, apart from to the local pool where you can sit in a 5-star resort, sipping cocktails, margaritas, having lovely, friendly, smiley people come over to you and offer you $30 drinks by the poolside and $25 buckets of chips, whilst you snack away and enjoy ogling at your luxury diver's watch, guys. So there's the beautiful Rangitoto in the Hauraki Gulf. And before I go any further, congratulations to Team New Zealand, Emirates Team New Zealand, sponsored by Omega, who have just won the 37th America's Cup in Barcelona, beating Sir Ben Ainsley's Ineos Britannia. Unlucky guys, unlucky Sir Ben, but you know, when you're coming up against the best, you know, prepare to come second, guys. And look, I really enjoyed watching the America's Cup. I really enjoy looking at the beauty of some of those sailing yachts. They're absolutely beautiful boats, and of course, you know, Omega are sponsoring Emirates Team New Zealand. I've got a Panerai, and so I've got a bit of a soft spot for Luna Rossa, who had, without question, the most beautiful of all of the sailing yachts. And of course, it would be an Italian team, wouldn't it, that have the most beautiful of sailing yachts. But today, guys, I digress. I want to talk about this watch, of course, because as a lot of you may know, I've just acquired this watch. Excuse my very shiny skin. I've got an awful lot of sun cream on today. It's one of those days. I've just managed to spend 3 minutes wiping the sun cream out of my eyes. I was crying, blubbing like a little baby. You know what it's like when you put too much sun cream on your face and you start blubbing like a little baby as soon as the wind picks up. But here we are, guys. What I want to talk about today in this video is, can you wear a luxury dive watch as a one and only? And of course, the big test, guys, is, can you wear it in circumstances like this? You know, can you just chuck it on? Here I am today out on my kayak. There's a huge bee. He's just gone. There's a huge bee just hovering around me there. Excuse me, I digress. But yeah, can you wear a luxury dive watch when you're just basically doing anything? You know, can you just have it as go anywhere, do anything? This is my 4.5 meter recreational kayak that I go out on quite frequently. I've just been on a nice little paddle for about an hour and a half so far. I've got a little bit way to go. I'm heading out that way shortly towards a little island over there where I'll carry on making a little bit of this video. The question, guys, in this video is, can this watch cover all the bases, truly? So, guys, look, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I've obviously shown you a bit of video of the Submariner. I wore it out today on the kayak, and I've got to a stage now where I've made a few kind of videos in the past where I've talked about the potential, you know, for the Submariner to be a one and done, to be a luxury beater, I suppose you could say, in some respects, a luxury beater. Well, is it possible? Well, of course it's definitely possible, guys, because, you know, I wore this watch out on the kayak today. It served me very well. I used the timing bezel. It's got a lovely strong bracelet. Certainly doesn't feel like it's got one of those bracelets where, you know, one of the spring bars is going to pop out, you know, and you're going to lose your 15 gram watch in the drink. No, I couldn't I definitely don't get the sense that this is that kind of watch that's suddenly going to fall apart one day, which actually makes it, that's one of the qualities that makes it a great luxury beater, isn't it? Is the fact that, you know, it's reliable and it's strong and it's robust and it's not suddenly just going to pack up on you or fall apart. So that's one of the strengths, I guess, of having a luxury beater rather than a cheap and crappy beater. So guys, this is what I'm going to do, okay? This is what I'm going to do. Between now and New Year's Day, and New Year's Day is, bearing in mind right now, it's the middle of October, and New Year's Day is still, let me do the math quickly, 2.5 months away, roughly. I'm going to wear nothing but this watch. I'm going to test the theory as to whether a watch dude, a watch collector, a watch enthusiast, a luxury watch enthusiast at that, I'm going to test the theory as to whether somebody like me, who obsesses over watches morning, noon and night, can actually just wear one watch and be happy. And of course, I know that I can wear one watch, you know, for a week or two. But typically in the past, I've got to a stage where I've sort of got a little bit, I don't know, a little bit upset that I've left some really nice watches in the safe, so I go and grab one and pick it out and put it on. But no, I'm going to test the theory, guys, as to whether you can just have a one and done, as to whether this subby is going to do me as a luxury beater. So in order to become a one and done luxury beater, what's it got to do? Well, it's got to be. I'm going to put this. I was going to put this rather rudely, but I'm going to put it nicely. It's got to be the kind of watch that you can kind of just wear all night in bed. You've got to have a watch. If it's going to be a luxury beater, you've got to be able to wear it all night and it doesn't become uncomfortable. Okay. Secondly, you've got to be able to wear it in any set of circumstances. Any set of circumstances. So what does that entail? Well, that entails, you know, you might have a job where you work in a high profile corporate office, let's say, and every now and then you might have to find yourself in a situation where you're sat in a boardroom having a meeting, and you know you don't want to wear a crappy $200 Seiko beaten up diver's watch for that kind of scenario, do you? It doesn't fit with a nice crisp white shirt and maybe even a suit. It doesn't fit. That's where the sub comes in. The sub definitely fits that maybe high profile corporate look, but just as easily it fits into a very informal look. At me today, I wore it out on my kayak and I don't think it looked out of place. It might have looked a little bit more in place if I put it on a rubber strap, but that's sacrilege with a watch like this. You keep it on the bracelet. The bracelet's so sublime that I couldn't possibly take this off. And so firstly, it's got to work well in a high profile environment. Secondly, it's got to work really well in a low profile environment. Thirdly, it's got to be reliable, robust and strong. You've got to be able to wear it all night without it becoming really uncomfortable. And I guess the elephant in the room here, guys, and I know what some of you are probably thinking is you can't have a Rolex Submariner as a one and done because they're so kind of notoriously stolen, so you can't necessarily wear it everywhere. And in New Zealand I probably could. I think in New Zealand I could probably get away with it, but I get that in some parts of the world you can't. And actually a real case in point here, I was talking earlier about the America's Cup and Sir Ben Ainslie coming second. Well, not only did he come second in the America's Cup, but he also lost his Rolex. He actually had his Rolex stolen off his wrist. He got mugged for his Rolex Yachtmaster in Barcelona. He was having dinner with his wife apparently, and they left the restaurant and he got held up at knife point and he had his Rolex stolen from him. That happens. So you can guarantee, right, if Sir Ben Ainslie was wearing a Seiko SKX 009K, he probably wouldn't have been held up at knife point and had his watch stolen from him. So this is one of the problems, of course, that you get with wearing a luxury as a beater is, can you, because maybe there are some parts in the world where you can't go where it could get stolen. So I kind of get that, but to be honest with you guys, if I thought I was going somewhere where my watch could get stolen, I probably wouldn't wear any watch at all, if I'm quite honest with you, because I don't really like the idea of getting held up at knife point. even worse still actually, if it was for a shitter, or worse still, a homage to a Rolex or a fake Rolex. Imagine, imagine getting held up, for a fake Rolex and getting yourself hurt, only for the person who's nicked it to find that it was a shitter. So no, if you're gonna go somewhere where there's the possibility that you could get held up and robbed, my advice would be just don't wear a watch at all. Anyway, so I'm gonna test this theory, guys. I'm gonna wear this watch. I'm gonna wear this watch for the next 2.5 months solid. I'm not gonna wear any other watches. I'm gonna wear it morning, noon, and night. I'm gonna report back at the end of this year and let you know how that's gone. In the meantime, you're probably thinking, well, hang on a sec. What are you going to talk about in your videos every week for the next 2.5 months, Mark? And I'm absolutely not going to talk about how this is going. This is just going to be a little test that's going on in the background, guys. I've got lots of things I want to talk about in regards to the watch hobby, in regards to watch collecting. I've got a few things on my mind, as I say, and I'll probably start talking about those things over the next few weeks. You might actually recall some of the videos I've made about the watch collecting madness, and yeah, look, there's some more madness watch collecting subjects that I wish to discuss over the next few weeks whilst I'm experimenting with the one and done. So hey, thanks for watching the video, guys. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you did. If you're a regular viewer and you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Please also, if you do like this video, please click the like button. My understanding is that makes an enormous difference to whether your channel gets offered, I guess, to other watch enthusiasts like you, and of course that would enormously help me in terms of having the enthusiasm to keep going. I mean, the more people that subscribe and the more people that watch, the more exciting it is, I think, for me to make more material for you. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Cheers.